and the administration, and so keen for us. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. I think we just need to stand up and say thank you to God.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus. I believe it's Luke 10:20. The Lord Jesus was telling his disciples, do not rejoice that the demons are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are in the Lamb's Book of Life. It's because our names are in the Lamb's Book of Life that the Lord has not allowed anything to happen to us. Let's thank Him for the testimonies. I know every single person here has a testimony. The fact that you're here breathing, that is a testimony. So thank you for the testimonies. The testimonies you've heard and your own testimony. The testimonies from your family. Thank you. Open your mouth and thank Him. Because he who remembers to thank has their families full. Open your mouth and thank Him. Open your mouth and give Him praise. Open your mouth and magnify His name. Because He has been awesome. Yes, you went through the fire, you went through the flood, but He has brought you out into a wealthy place. He has brought your family out into a wealthy place. Look at all the testimonies that you have. You're standing here. The 2nd of November 2019. How many of people do you know that started the year with you and they're no longer here? You're not being fed intravenously. Your family are complete. Nobody is missing in mind or in body. Thank Him. Thank Him. Thank Him, because it's not your smartness or goodness or worthiness. It is entirely by His grace. Give Him honor tonight. This afternoon, give Him praise. Thank Him. Thank Him. Honor Him. Honor Him with a heart of gratitude. Declare His goodness to you. Recognize His goodness. Recognize His hand. His finger has touched you. His finger continues to touch you. He has been faithful no matter what. Even when you've been loveless, He has loved you. He continues to love you. Open your mouth tonight, this evening, and say thank you. Praise Him. Praise Him. Praise Him. Praise Him. Praise His name. Exalt Him. Give Him thanks for all that He has done. Father, King of glory, we exalt you. We thank you, oh God. We've heard of the testimony. Lord, we know that you have done exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think about, oh God. And we say thank you. Thank you, mighty Lord. Thank you for the testimony, the silent victories, the silent prayers, known and unknown, that your hand has wrought in our lives. Mighty Father, we are grateful. Thank you for the testimonies. We give you praise. We give you praise.
Thank you.
Oh, we give you thanks. Let's keep thanking. Thanks, thanks. We give you thanks for all you have done in our lives. We are so glad I was thinking, while Christabel and Zena, you're an evangelist in your own right, actually. You haven't seen it yet, but you are. When they were talking, I was thinking, Lord, what should I say? I've got some words from me when I was praying about this. While I was preparing for, after I spoke to you on that Sunday, I was preparing for this now. And there are three things the Lord said. There are three categories of people here. I'm not going to call you out or anything. I'm going to talk about those categories. If you recognize yourself, you need to go home and do. We're going to pray in a minute, but you need to go home. Sorry, how long have I got? So I left my flyer. Half an hour. Right. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the first set of people, people here have doors opening. There are people in this midst that there are doors opening for them, but blockages of pain and disappointment is stopping them from climbing to the height where they'll be able to use the opportunity presented by those doors. So there are people here, doors are opening, but there are blockages to your moving forward. There are blockages to you accessing those doors. I think it's for us to ask the Holy Spirit to show us what those doors are. Because I remember I went somewhere, someone was saying, well, it doesn't come. Not me. When I got home, it was all you. You understand? So it's up to the Holy Ghost to reveal what it is to you. And there's some of us that have been, number two, people have been working very, very hard for the Lord. And they're very passionate. And they want to move to another level. And they're very despondent and wondering, how come I am not making the level of impact He has shown me, He has promised me I would. What the Lord is saying is that don't measure impact by your standards. That's number two. So there are lots of people that are already working, already fulfilling their destiny, but they feel that they are stagnated or not making much impact. Or the impact, they saw a picture of themselves. The Lord is saying your capacity or your method of measuring is not my method. That's number two. And number three is that He is going to restore. In fact, the word is restitution. He's going to make restitution for a number of people in this group. Amen. So those are the three people that He identified in this group that we are going to pray for. Amen. There's no point calling anyone out. The Lord is here wherever you stand, wherever you believe. Even in your closet, even in your car, He is there. Amen. So we're going to stand up. We're going to 30 minutes. We're going to sing a song, and then we'll pray. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. The song that came to my mind is the song, we all know it. When you are making that declaration, declare it into your home. Declare it into your land. Your land isn't just, your land is where your antennas, wherever you go to. The people you meet, not just the physical land, the relational land, the financial land, the emotional land. All the different lands that you have. You've got to declare it as you're singing that song. Because many times we miss the opportunity. A good word is coming to you and then we're just singing the song. Sing it, look at that situation and say, whatever category you're in, I believe there's more, but those are the three that are identified. Whatever category you're in, see yourself coming out of those prison doors. Because it's a shackling. It's a shackling. We don't like to admit it as Christians, but it's a shackling. And the Holy Spirit doesn't lie. These are the three people He said that there are in this place. We need to pray. The song is called Yes, You Are the Lord. It's a declaration. You're declaring that He is the Lord in your situation. Yes. So as you say, yes, you are the Lord. Think of your ministry. Think of your health. Think of your children. Think of everything and declare it. Declare that yes, you are the Lord in that matter. Amen. Praise the Lord. Most High, yes, you are the Lord. Slow. Most High, yes, you are the Lord. Most High, yes, you are the Lord. Look at your life right now. Most High, you are the Lord. Yes, you are the Lord. In my family, most High, yes, you are the Lord. In my home, most High, Lord, yes, you are the Lord. In your ministry, Lord, most High, Lord, yes, you are the Lord. In my health, most High, Lord, yes, you are the Lord. You are the Lord. Most High, yes, 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 you are the Lord. Most High. Amen. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Lord.
We're going to pray using Daniel 2:21, I believe. Most High, yes, you are the Lord. Most High, you are, yes, you are the Lord. Most High, yes, you are the Lord. Most High, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. It's Daniel 19 to 21. Okay, I'll read from 20. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removes kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him." Amen. We're going to ask for a change in our seasons.
Amen.
If we've been operating, whatever the operation, there is the fact that we're still alive tells us that there's another level, another dimension. The fact that we're alive, there are more. If if we're bringing 5 to Christ monthly, we can bring 10.
Amen.
We can bring 100.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord. And when Apostle, Orji, yes, when he was talking to Evangelist Orji, I sense people saying, well, he's talking about all these third world countries. What about England? What about Ireland? What about where we come from? The same God is here.
Yes.
The same God is here. It is really our belief level. The same God is here. I know, people think, oh, it's hard to hear in England, and in many ways it is. But it's the people's hearts are no different from the hearts in Africa. I remember watching Ron Harbarkin, he was saying that people are asking, how come you get more miracles in Africa? And he said, because they believe they have nothing. Well, in his saying, I don't believe they have nothing. Do you know what I mean? They believe God for a loaf of bread. So therefore, they're more vibrant. But the reality is what he has remains the same. What he has remained. I think the difficulty for us here is that we don't go out. We've been hearing all this weekend, go out. It's impossible to go home. You know, my prayer is if anyone goes home and remains, let that fire consume them. It's a prayer. If someone goes from here this weekend and sits still and nothing has changed, that fire will burn. It will burn. You don't want that fire to burn inwardly. That fire needs to burn outwardly. So we're going to change times and seasons. The Lord is the one that, he said we said it this morning, decree a thing and it shall be established. So the light will shine on your path. What is that path? The path of evangelism, the path of bringing souls, the path of changing people that are in dungeons, bringing them out to life, making a difference because you're here. Let us ask the Lord to use us to change times and seasons. First of all, in our own lives and outside our environment. Amen. Let us pray. Mighty Father, we thank you. King of glory, according to your word in Daniel 2. Verse 21. Mighty Lord, you said in your word that you change the times and seasons. Mighty Lord, we come to you this evening and we've asked, oh God, the power to change the times and seasons in our lives, oh God. From nothing to something, from a little to much fruit, great fruit in the name of Jesus. Great fruit in evangelism, great fruit in our churches, oh God. Great fruit in our cities, mighty Father. Father, use us as a catalyst. By reason of this weekend, we ask in the name of Jesus, use us as catalysts to go out. Change our times and seasons. Change our emotional time. Change our relational time. Change our spiritual time. Change our time, mighty Father, that we will move into seasons of unparalleled victory. Victory for the kingdom. Victory for your people. Victory in the name of Jesus. Father, a season of fruit. A season of abundance. Not financial abundance, oh God. Not just financial abundance, but abundance in souls. Abundance, Father, in discipleship. Abundance in your mighty Lord. We are decreeing this afternoon that we, Lord, will be relocated from the dungeon of lack of fruit to the palaces of greater fruit. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Mighty Father, touch our hearts this weekend that we do not return as we came. Touch our hearts this weekend. Touch our heart, oh God, in the head level, Lord, that we change, oh God, to greater fruit. Change us, oh God, in the name of Jesus. Thank you, King of glory. Thank you, mighty Lord. Thank you, King of glory. Thank you, Adonai. Holy Father, we're grateful. We're grateful. We're grateful. Right. Amen. The season of Christmas is coming. Loads and loads of activities in various churches. It's now normal to send Christmas turkeys to people that haven't got any. It's, bless you, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Rather than just sending turkey, let the Lord give us, because it's strategies we need. Yes. Winning strategies. Yes. Winning strategies. When I go to bed, I say, Father, let them not see me, the black woman standing there. People say I'm arrogant. It's not arrogance, it's boldness in the Lord.
Yes, amen.
One man said to me, no, deal with your lack of self-esteem, nothing to do with me. It's not arrogance, it's when you know who you are in Christ. He called me a royal priesthood. Why should I be shrinking?
That's right.
When I've got the power of the Most High God. Yes. Our prayer is that this Christmas time, that our churches, wherever we fellowship, even as an individual, that will use that period of time as a great evangelistic tool. That souls will come. You know, the society has no problems with the baby in a swaddling cloth. They have a problem with Jesus the Savior. Yes. Because it's a good story. Let us pray, Father God. Yes. That use us. We have come to this weekend. We have come to this weekend. Let Him use us as a catalyst.
Amen.
The souls will come into, let's not the churches, but souls will give their lives to Christ. The next problem, because what I say to a lot of people is that when I have brought people into certain places, the culture is so different for me. So we can deculturalize our churches because there's going to be a coming harvest. So that when they come, they'll find pasture.
Amen.
So let us pray, Father. The first prayer, use me as a catalyst to break all records since records began, to bring the unchurched into our churches. If the churches cannot keep them, make your house available for them. If the churches cannot disciple them, your home is a center. Mighty Father, in the name of Jesus, thank you for this weekend, oh God. Thank you, Lord, because you have given us fresh anointing. You have blown the flames into our lives again. Holy Spirit, you fanned us. You fanned us into flame. Lord, let that flame for this season that's coming galvanize us individually and as a church to go out, mighty Father, to bring in the spoils to you, oh God. Help us, mighty Father, not just to give turkeys, oh God, on Christmas Day, but to go out and bring your living word. Your living words. Your living words to a dying nation. Your living words to a dying environment. In the name of Jesus. Father, use us. Use us as many as we are here. Use us for your glory as many as are willing. That we will go out, oh God. Using the Christmas as a tool for massive evangelism. Mighty Father, we ask in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name. Amen. 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 But we're going to say, this is in relation to those three categories of people. The Holy Spirit is on us, so we're going to, every program, sometimes it's not people's faults. Sometimes we give them a hard time thinking, oh, what's wrong with you, why can't you do this? You don't know where they're coming from, you don't know their story. The story doesn't stand, I stand here. I have generations behind me. I don't know what they've done, I have lots and lots of things behind me. So these things can straitjacket you into a mode. So many people are walking around with things. Sometimes you think you're over it this season, but there's a program waiting to hatch. So we're going to speak, pray for ourselves and say, we are going to, by the Holy Ghost, we've been anointed. The embers have been moved to flames, amen? So we're going to use that anointing and say, Father God, with our mouth we deprogram every programming of the enemy in our lives, in our children's lives, in our ministries, in everything concerning us. This year, next year, for the rest of my life, open your mouth and pray. Say to the Lord, Lord, we declare in the name of the Lord Jesus, every programming of the enemy over our lives, over our situation, over our mind, over our hearts, over our body, over our children, over our husbands,
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
We all look at our environment, and it's like, I said it yesterday, it's like an indictment to us. We see our children. When I say children, I don't mean biology. We see our children being stabbed. We see our children. Every time there's like a stabbing, you're almost cringing, you know it's going to be a black child. Every time there is a mugging, you're cringing because you know it's going to be a black child. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? What are we doing? We're going to pray.
Yes.
The next prayer is fine, the next is action, but at least let us pray. We're going to say, he says we should decree a thing.
Yes.
We have the capacity to change systems.
Yes.
To change cultures.
Amen.
To legislate in the environment. To uproot things that have been put down. How can it be you have people of a different persuasion and they have enslaved our children? Where were we? Where were we? Where were we? In church, praying for breakthrough. It's time there's a mass apology to our children because we have failed them. Why are many of them not in church? It's the truth. Why are many of them not in church? May the Lord help us.
Amen.
But by the grace of God, the tide is changing. The tide is changing. Even if it's just us in this room, let us decree, whatever your city is, not on your watch, there'll be no more deaths. Not on your watch, there'll be no more enslavement. Not on your, the other thing I haven't read was our children are now being trafficked. Why is it at the bottom of every heap you find the sons of Ham? Why? Why? And we carry the greatest Bible, the greatest power. It is a travesty. That changes because right now we've been rekindled.
Amen.
We've been rekindled and we're going to go back with that power and walk our streets. I'd encourage you, I'm sure some of you are doing already, get a map, an area map of your environment. Pray over those streets. Amen. Pray for the children, pray for the family, pray for the business, pray over the streets. And then other, not just yours, because you know it's to Jerusalem tomorrow, we move forward. Let's be burdened. Let's be burdened until our children experience. When I say first of all, you use your mouth, you know how they do, I'm a lawyer, you know how they write decrees. We are going to enforce righteous decrees over the land. Amen. Open your mouth however you know how to pray. Righteous decrees. You shall decree and it shall be established. Declare the cessation of violence on your city. Declare an end to robbery on your city. Declare an end to lack on your city. Declare that the youth will rise and take over the land. Declare that the sons of Ham will stand in the name of Jesus. Open your mouth to make righteous decrees over the nation. I declare that Chesed is for Christ. I declare that every ancient gate speaking against the people of Chesed from turning their life to Christ. In the name of Jesus, I approve those decrees. I approve those ancient doors. I approve all the amulets. In the name of Jesus, I decree that our children, they indeed are the signs of the wonders. In the UK and all over the land. In the name of Jesus, mighty Father, an end Praise the Lord.